Been tough this season. Just kind of went to a place where I don't think philosophies really match up with philosophies are matching up. So it's been tough, but trying to work through it and get it right.
There you go, grinding away right now. You told us a couple of years ago that you really felt like coaching was the route you wanted to go. You've been at the high school level, you've been at the junior college level. Are you still loving it? I mean, do you love the grind?
Yeah, I do. I definitely love the grind, and I think this year for me, it's becoming more evident that it's about the kids. Obviously, I want to go and I want to do great things, and I have goals and things that I want to check off my list. But man, it really being around junior college, man, it's really taught me, man, this is all about the kids and getting them to a better place and an opportunity for them to go and see the things that I was able to see and do some of the things that I was able to do and go play big time ball.
And unique, Bo, because that's the route that you went, right? I mean, there was the kind of moving around a little bit until ultimately you slid into that spot where you were the starting quarterback at Ole Miss. We're going to get to that game against Alabama from 2014, but do you ever kind of think back on the journey and wonder, could it have been different, or was it good for me that it worked out the way that it did?
Yeah, I think looking back on my career, I went to Arkansas State, 17 years old, really immature, and was able to, go to East Mississippi and get a little bit of maturity, and play for a great team. And then, luckily, had a bunch of offers coming out. Really, almost signed with Mississippi State, and ended up going to Ole Miss. And I think the good Lord every day that that's the decision that I made because just being around Hugh Freeze and just that time period at Ole Miss was really special.
I got to ask you about this because I saw it on Twitter. You the good Bo, bad Bo thing that was kind of a social media phenomenon. You asked the question, are we having good Bo, bad Bo conversations about Bo Nix at Auburn? I am curious how you felt about that in real time. Were you aware that people were talking about you that way? Did you embrace that? Did it drive you crazy? Did it frustrate you?
I think it was hard not to notice people were talking about it, and it definitely frustrated me. I was a young kid, playing college ball and just kind of looked at myself and looked at the numbers that I put up. And, sometimes, I think people forget that, I still hold the record for, the most yards in Ole Miss history. And, you look at that and to call a player that with so much tradition in that school and that history to say at any point bad, that just didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of just, yeah.
Do you feel like as time has gone on, and I mean, it kind of makes me old and makes all of us old to say it this way, but do you feel like the appreciation that Ole Miss fans have for what you accomplished in kind of getting the program back onto stable footing and leading it to the success that it had, do you feel like that level of appreciation has grown the farther that you've gotten away from it?
Yeah, I think it was always there from the people who knew ball and who knew the kind of the state of the program before I got there and the group and that senior class that I had that kind of turned it around. I think those people that understood that, they always appreciated me. I think it's kind of just the same way now. Those people that really understand the program and what Ole Miss was and how it had fallen off for a little bit and the situation that the program was in, and to leave that place my senior year, and you leave we got our brains beat in, but you leave a New Year's Six bowl game from I think what was it, like 58 scholarship guys when I got there as a sophomore. So you're proud of that work that you do.
Take me back to that Saturday in early October in 2014. And I don't want to start with kickoff or pregame. I want to kind of roll back even earlier into the day. You got College Game Day. You guys, I'm assuming, are watching that or at least seeing part of it at the hotel in Tupelo. You bus into Oxford, you get off, and you make the walk through the Grove to the stadium. Did it feel like something's different today, even early in the day?
Yeah, I think We felt it all season. We were really confident, and we felt like we were good enough player by player to go actually stack up against Alabama this year. Felt like they had more depth and things like that, but we could actually go out and play. Didn't have to play a perfect game to win it. Now, the margin of error in games like that are huge, but we felt like we actually matched up with them. So we were very confident, going throughout the week and into the game. And, I go back to when I was a sophomore, Coach Freeze would tell us, his big thing was, we're going to close these gates. We're going to pick a fight. We're not going to look up at the scoreboard. Well, it's kind of the first big game where Coach Freeze looked at us and he said, you guys, you don't have to do anything special to win this game. If you just go out and play the way you're supposed to, you'll win this game. And, something I always remember is him telling us, when after we win this game and the fans start tearing down the goalposts, make sure you run inside, So that was a really cool moment. And, I'll never forget that one.
If I remember correctly, you hung around, though. You didn't immediately go inside. Didn't you go find your brother right after the game? Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah, so gave the ball to my family, gave it to my brother, and kind of was walking to the locker room, and it just kind of hit me, not really going to be around here much longer. This is my senior year, go back out and celebrate with the fans,
Yeah, it was a great celebration. What stands up or stands out in your mind about that game? Not so much the atmosphere, but when you think about the actual game and pulling off that win, what stands out for you?
Oh, man, there's numerous things. I can remember one time on a third down, the ball getting batted down, but we've got guys open, and that was kind of the moment I saw. Okay, all right, we're right there. We just need some plays to happen for us, and then people don't know about this, but the final touchdown. Me, Coach Warner, and Coach Freeze are all kind of in the huddle, and everybody. It's not an argument or anything, but everybody's kind of just talking about what they want right here, what they're good with right here, and just kind of nobody sees that kind of interaction before a game-winning play. How if somebody would have decided to make another call, it may not have happened. So those are just moments I try to take away from those.
I was talking with Jeff Lebby a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking to me about Matt Corral and his involvement with the call sheet for game day and how it's kind of taken a couple of years for him to get to the point where, as opposed to Jeff Lebby handing him a call sheet and saying, okay, what do you like, what do you don't like, and he just would look at it and be like, oh, yeah, that's all good, to now he can look at that and say, I like this, and these are the reasons why I like or don't like plays. When did you get to that point, and what was your involvement in building a game plan around what felt comfortable to you?
I think my senior year is when I really, we started kind of doing plans that way, and that definitely helped me through like situational football, knowing what was going to be called and on this play, what are we trying to get done on this play from this down and distance, 3rd and 6, all right, obviously, but if it's 2nd and 12, what are we trying to get on this play? Like, let's get it half and go on a 3rd and 6 or whatever,
Yeah.
So that really helped me with situational football.
When you look at Matt Corral, what do you see? Former quarterback looking at a current quarterback.
He's really everything you want. Kind of just looking at it from a coach's perspective. That video of him coming out where, he's talking about, coach, I just want to be coached. Just keep coaching me. That's a coach's dream right there. And then, physically his talent, his arm talent is really amazing. And then, he's such a competitor. The way that he competes and, really when your quarterback competes that way, it kind of just makes the whole team kind of compete, give a little bit more extra effort when they see their guy, kind of throwing their body on the line for them.
Can Ole Miss win tomorrow in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, I think they no doubt can win. I think it's going to be a big time scoring matchup. I think it's going to be a big time, a really good game.
Bo, really appreciate your time. Great visiting with you. Wish you nothing but the best, and I hope we can do this a little more often. We've talked in the past about maybe connecting on the show more often, and hopefully we can do that on a regular basis. All the best to you, my friend.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
That's Bo Wallace joining us on the Farm Bureau phone line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team, Mississippi Farm Bureau. We'll switch gears and talk some high school football when we come back on Sports Talk Mississippi.